Hello everyone, welcome back to the map of mathematics. In this video, we are going to solve this nice math Olympiad algebraic challenge. And here we have n over n plus 1 whole square plus n over n minus 1 whole square equals to 12. And here we find the value of n. So the very first thing we are going to do is here first we will take this value equals to a, and we will take here this value equals to b. So now when we suppose this equals to a, it will be written as a equals to n over n plus 1, and when we take this value equals to b, so it will be written as b equals n over n minus 1. And now in the next step we will take the square, or we just put these two values on the above equation, and our above equation will be written as a square plus b square equals to 12. And now in the next step here we just make, or we just complete the square of left hand side. And we know that in order to make the complete square of this equation, here we need to add and subtract 2 times of ab. So here we add 2 times of ab and subtract 2 times of ab, and this whole equals to 12. And now you focus on this equation, and we see that when we make the complete square of this equation, so it will be written as in this form: a plus b whole square minus 2 times of ab equals to 12. And now in the next step we back substitute the values of a and b, and our a equals to n over n plus 1 and b equals to n over n minus 1. So we put these two values of a and b in this equation, and it will be written as n over n plus 1 plus n over n minus 1 whole square minus 2 times of ab. So our a is n over n plus 1 and b is n over n minus 1, and this whole equals to 12. So now here we need to make little bit simplifications. And now first we take the LCM of these terms, and after taking the LCM it will becomes in this form: n plus 1 into n minus 1. And when we divide this n plus 1 in these equations, so n plus 1 is cancelled by here, and we multiply this n minus 1 to the upper term, and it will be written as n times of n minus 1 plus n minus 1 is cancelled out by this equation, and we get n times of n plus 1 minus, here we multiply these equations and we get 2 times of n square over, here we know that n plus 1 into n minus 1 equals to n square minus 1, and this whole equals to 12. And in the next step we made little bit simplification, and we multiply this n on both terms and this n on both terms, and it will becomes n square minus n plus n square plus n divided by n plus 1 into n minus 1, and it will becomes n square minus 1 minus, we have 2 times of n square over n square minus 1 equals to 12. So now in the next step you see here this positive n and negative n are cancelled by each other, and we obtain here sorry, here we have this is the whole square of this equation. So here we write the whole square of this equation, and now here we get n square plus n square becomes 2 times of n square over n square minus 1 and its whole square, minus, here we have 2 times of n square over n square minus 1 equals to 12. So now we convert this algebraic equation into the quadratic form. So here we take the we take 2n square over n square minus 1 equals to y, and it will becomes 2n square over n square minus 1 equals to y. And now we put the value of y on above equation, and the above equation will becomes y square and minus this y, and this whole equals to 12. And now we move this 12 in the left hand side, and it will becomes y square minus y minus 12 equals to 0. And now in the next step we will make the factors of this equation, and here we have the factors of this equation are y square minus 4y plus 3y minus 12 equals to 0. Here we break our middle term, and our middle term is minus y, and we write it as minus 4y plus 3y, so it will becomes minus y. And now we take common y from the first two terms, and it will becomes y minus 4, and here we take common plus 3, and it will becomes y minus 4, and this whole equals to 12. And now in the next step we make again some simplification, and here we take common y minus 4, and we get y plus 3 equals to 0. So here we have two cases. The first is we write y minus 4 equal to 0, and the second case is we write y plus 3 equals to 0. And here we get the value of y is 4, and here we get the value of y is minus 3. And now we back substitute the value of y, and you see that here we take our y equals to 2n square over n square minus 1. And now we put the value of y on both of these cases. So here we have this y equals to 2n square over n square minus 1 equals to 4, and in this case we have 2n square over n square minus 1 equals to minus 3. And now we move this term in the right hand side, and it will becomes 2n square equals to 4 times of n square minus 1, and here we get 2n square equals to minus 3 times of n square minus 1. And now in the next step we will multiply this 4 on both of these terms, and it will becomes 4 times of n square minus 4, and here we get 2n square equals to minus 3n square plus 3. And now we move this 2n square to the right hand side and minus 4 to the left hand side, and it will becomes 4 equals to 4n square minus 2n square, and we get 4 equals to 2n square, and we divide both of the sides by 2, and this 2 is cancelled by this, and here you have 2 2s are 4, so we get the value of n square equals to 2. And now we take the square root on both of the sides, and you get the value of n equals to square root of plus minus square root of 2. So these are the two values of n, and now in order to find the other values of n, we move towards to solving this quadratic equation. And here we move this 3n square in the left hand side, and it will becomes 2n square plus 3n square equals to 3, and we get 5 times of n square equals to 3, and we move this 5 to the right hand side, and it will becomes n square equals 3 over 5, and we get n equals to plus minus 3 over 5 and its whole square root. So these are the other two values of the given equation, and this is the 4 roots of the given equation, and this is the final answer. And thank you so much for watching this video. Please subscribe to my channel for more exciting videos.